Welcome back to Reel It In 2.0. We are so excited to bring you a new, updated version of this podcast. Going forward, we're going to have a little bit of a different kind of release schedule. So today we're going to be going over a new real release.
Yeah. Easy now.
Easy. And these are going to be 15-minute episodes that are going to come out bi-weekly where we focus on a new film that is in theaters. And then on our other weeks, we are going to be doing in-depth episodes about what's a favorite movie from one of our friends and talking a little bit about that.
The way I'm thinking about it is, if you ask anybody what their favorite movie is, there are kind of boring answers and then there's more personal answers. We all know that The Godfather is probably one of the best movies ever made. I'm tired of hearing about it. Um, so we're just talking to our friends and figuring out what are the movies that mean the most to us. Some of them we've seen, some of them we haven't seen, some of them we need to revisit and maybe change our hearts on a little bit. Um,
Agreed. Yeah. And we're going to talk to these people about what their relationships with the film is, why it made such a cultural impact. We'll talk a little bit more about the movie and get into the making of the movie too. So, really discovering the why behind people love film. And then these are our little episodes where we get to talk about new movies that we either want to catch or release, just like we usually do, or catch or toss like we usually do each week at Reel It
yeah.
In. So Tucker and I have been talking about movies like this for the past 10 years since we were in college together, and we put microphones in front of our faces and to see who wants to listen. So Tucker, let's drop a line.
And dive in.
We're diving into what this week? Predator Badlands. Predator Badlands, the second
Yeah.
Predator movie of this year, actually.
Yeah, third Dan Trachtenberg Predator movie. I did not see Killers of Killers, did you?
I did not either. But Tucker, what was your relationship with Predator movies before Predator Badlands?
Oh, I've always I've always had a big soft spot in my heart for the Predator movies. When I was much younger, like, me and my brother used to watch all the Alien and the Predator movies, and, like, Alien versus Predator was, like, the end goal. We're getting to it, yeah, I've always kinda loved these movies. How about you? Like, I feel like you're more of an Alien guy.
Definitely am more of an Alien guy. I've watched all those movies. I have not seen any of the AVP movies, or I guess there are only two AVP movies.
Yeah.
Um, and then I've only
Checking out.
which one would that be? The first or the second?
The first one, yeah, the first one, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Second one,
I've
you
heard
you can't even hardly see anything, like, it's a famously very dark movie, can't really see anything in it.
poorly lit. But I did see Prey, which was my introduction to the Predator films. I was familiar with Predator as a character or an IP, but had never watched any of the movies. So I was pleasantly surprised when I got to see Prey, and it was a very gripping, uh, dirty horror thriller action film. Um, and so I was expecting that when I came into Predator Badlands as well. Um, The trailers did nothing for me for this movie, absolutely nothing. I thought the
I agree.
marketing was pretty awful. It felt like an early 2010 kind of Clash of the Titans film or, Gods of Egypt. It was very evocative of, whereas what were your thoughts on that?
Didn't feel that bad. I just would saw, like, the poster of the trailer, like, clips of the trailer, and I don't wanna sound like a certain kinda person, but I was like, "Damn, they really Disneyified Predator, huh?"
Right.
Um, they kind of, they Star Wars'd my Predator, goddammit.
Yeah, they did. I think that's a good place to jump into the movie. So, Tucker, can you give us a little rundown of what Predator Badlands is about?
Yeah, of course I can. This movie follows a young the runt of his Yautja clan, Yautja being the predator species. His name is Deck. All he wants to do is prove himself to be part of the clan, and to do that, you need to complete your first successful hunt. Um, Being the runt, nobody believes in him except for his older brother, whose name I can't remember, but I imagine it's as crazy as Deck. So everyone in his clan is rooting against him. He decides, I'm gonna go to the deadliest planet and fight the deadliest prey. Nobody ever my father doesn't even wanna fuck with this. Goes to the planet, realizes it's not just that one big beast, it's the entire planet that is going to try to kill him. So from this point, he needs to successfully navigate a new land. He doesn't have all the tech that a predator usually gets. Um, and then past there, that's kind of where it gets into more of like a buddy comedy adventure, where he meets half of a synthetic played by Elle Fanning,
Man.
and they just have the ride of their lives. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think that's a great word to describe this movie. It's awesome.
It's awesome. It's pretty fucking cool.
It's pretty fun. It's fun. I was really concerned when we were about like a third of the way through. I was like, this is a video game movie. This is video game the movie. There's some kind of buddy who is telling him about like, oh, watch out. This is the problem with this guy, and here's his weakness. Like, go ahead and attack him. And I was like, is this what the whole movie is going to be? Just Elle Fanning as like a fairy who's guiding Link to like how to defeat the boss and the going through other boss fights until he gets the big bad. And then, all right, they're the cool like partners that they're going to be taking on other adventures in the future. Pleasantly surprised that it didn't do that, because I think that's the direction that's easiest to go down with this
Yeah.
movie.
I was honestly surprised that I thought this was, like, funny, and I don't know, at first I was kinda worried, like, is this gonna be annoying? But like you said, there's, like, the little, Elle Fanning is, like,
I guess you could say like a sidekick.
yeah,
Almost, it's a sidekick who basically has a lot of knowledge of the world around them that our character does not have.
kind of an encyclopedia.
Yes, yes, exactly, like
An
an
encyclopedia
encyclopedia.
sidekick. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're right that that's kind of what it was mechanically doing in the story for a bit, but the way that Elle Fanning plays it is just so charming that it's like, "Oh, fuck," yeah, I'd love to learn more about her job as a synthetic literally was studying the wildlife on the planet. So you kinda get that little, like, story cheat as to why she's explaining all these you're like, "I get it," like,
Right.
she's literally been sent here to study it. So, it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb when she's kind of like, "Hey, don't step in those blades of grass. Those blades of glass are actual blades." It just kinda helps us,
It does.
and that's part of the reason why I really thought this movie worked is the environment was so interesting.
Agreed. It reminded me a lot of a video game meets Avatar meets Star Wars, and for some reason, that combination worked because this world is so well thought out, and I didn't expect it to be as fleshed out as it actually is. But, I mean, I think that that's, like, the part of the franchise-ness of working within these IPs is that the Predator films are actually doing something interesting with these, which they're letting this director take on 3 very, very different projects, and I think only one of them screams Disney, and that's this movie, and it somehow works
And it still works,
because
yeah.
yeah, it works because it's funny and well thought out, but not dragging out a singular story like you would get with Marvel or even Star Wars.
So let me ask, do you think would you be excited if they made a direct sequel to this story? Or do you hope they just keep, because this kind, not to spoil, but it ends in a way where there is more stuff happening to these characters.
Love to see this IP be used in the same way that Batman is being used. They're gonna have Batman in the DCU, but also allow Matt Reeves to do his own thing. And also they have these standalone stories like Joker and such that don't tie into everything. I like the idea of using this as kind of like a creative jumping board.
I kinda totally I agree, like, it'd be nice to have both. What I think is nice about this is I actually do wanna see these characters again.
Yeah,
Um,
they're lovable.
the ones they leave us with, I was like, "This is dare I say it, like 20 minutes into the movie, I was like, "Ah, shit. This is The Mandalorian." It's just The Mandalorian. I never finished the show, but I was like, if you wanted to make a Mandalorian movie and have it be, a little bit edgy, but at the same time still be mainstream enough so all your families can go watch it, this was kind of like the ideal approach, and then they gave him a fucking Grogu. They gave him 2 little Grogus, and I was like, "Alright."
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't hate it. I don't hate it for some reason. When it comes off in this movie, I'm like, "Yeah, this is charming. This is," for some reason, I just don't mind it.
I don't mind it either, which is strange. Maybe because it's it's a fresh IP that we're seeing this with, and it's not something that I don't know anybody who's like, "Oh, I love Predator, and I hope they don't mess up the canon of Predator." It's
Yeah.
not such a precious franchise in the same way that Alien is a precious franchise to a lot of people, right?
And I mean, it's crazy because now this is directly an Alien movie as well because of the Weyland-Yutani Corp. So that kind of, like, rearranges your brain a little bit.
Yeah,
Is
this
it
movie
supposed to tie in to the same universe as, and who knows what's the same universe in an Alien movies now, I don't know if Prometheus and Covenant still count, they do to me.
they do to me too, as well. What did you think about the filmmaking of this movie compared to Prey?
I thought that this was all looking pretty credible, there was nothing that there's a lot of CG in it, but I never was sitting there going like, "Oh, this is a bunch of slush." It's not an Avatar movie, but, this was just like a breath of fresh air because there wasn't those little things I could pull on and be like, "Well, they fucking rushed that." They didn't give the, animators enough time on that. I thought the creatures all looked pretty damn real. I couldn't tell if the Predator outfit is mostly a dude in a costume and then they kind of touch up the face. I genuinely couldn't tell.
Yeah, and he looked great almost anytime he was on screen too, which I was very surprised by. Um, yeah, I also thought that this looked great. At the beginning, I because I didn't know what to expect, I was getting really strong Dune vibes from the cinematography of the opening, like,
The
scene,
opening, like, establishing shots, I was like, "Yeah, they're doing a Dune thing."
doing a Dune thing, and then it was like,
Yeah.
"No."
You show a little tiny creature, big desert.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, that's not also not to say that this film it is very formulaic, but it plays the greatest hits of the formula in a way that is I was laughing and having a great time because the script is kind of campy and does play those emotional beats that you would expect.
Yeah, it's almost refreshing that it's pretty simple,
Yes.
but it never feels too simple. I was gonna ask you what, if you could double feature this with another movie, what would you go with? Would you go with one of the Predator or Alien movies or one of the sci-fis that feels like it was inspired by?
That's a good question. I think I would double feature Predator Badlands with District 9
Oh.
because it's you get the creature feature and the human's relationship with animals and with these creatures in two very, very different ways, but you still have a lot of fun with it at the end of the day, you know? What about you?
Um, I gotta be honest, I went a little bit more literal with, like, the substance of the movie, and I was like,
Sure.
Kong Skull Island.
Oh. Oh, Tucker,
I
that's
was thinking
great.
I was thinking about Peter Jackson's King Kong the entire time during the movie because of the, crazy little critters that were running around, but then you know, it's only a portion of that movie, and then Kong Skull Island is basically just, what if we just do, the 2nd third of Peter Jackson's King Kong movie? What if we only do that part, and we make it a little bit more cheesy, a little bit more, pulpy? And I think if you watch both like that and this, new Predator movie back to back, you kind of get they're going for the same, "Anything in this jungle could kill you."
I love that because that is pulpy is what a great word to describe this movie too. You can almost see the Saturday morning cartoon version of this movie.
Yeah! No, definitely. They defanged my predator.
They did. I will say, though, one of the things that I would knock this film for, and there are things that we can knock, like, a movie for just if we get granular with this movie, I'm sure there are things that we could talk about. But one thing that I did find disappointing was the score. I really was missing how much fun the movie was. I needed the fun of the film to match the fun of the score. Um, and the score wasn't that fun. At times, it was
Can't even think
reaching
of it.
for right. Well,
Now that you're saying that, I'm like, "I can't even."
I was just thinking like, "Oh, man, this would be sick with some, like, 80s guitar riff, or if the synth was really heavy on this movie." Um, but, it didn't follow that. I think it was trying to do a lot more of the traditional scary, dark tone.
We could have used, like, 50% more bongos,
Oh, yeah.
get a yeah, just get some crazy instruments in there, that would've been a
I
lot of
love a
fun.
needle drop too.
Yeah?
Yeah,
You want a needle drop in one of these hardcore sci-fi movies?
but I think it matches the tone of this sometimes too.
Imagine Dragons.
No, not like that. Like, I was thinking more along the lines of, like, Welcome to the Jungle or yeah, no. What would your needle drop be? And
Predator Badlands? Oh, maybe, like, some, like, early 2000s dad rock, like Creed.
okay.
No, I take it back, Linkin Park. There needed to be Linkin Park in this movie.
Oh, okay. We're going in 2 very different directions with this movie, Tucker. Between District 9 and, Kong Skull
Dark
Island.
Skull Island, yeah. Yeah, I took different things away from the
And we made it work. We made it work. Alright. Now's the time. We need to make a decision
oh god.
on this film. Tucker, are you going to be catching or tossing Predator Badlands?
Well, Will no, I'm gonna be catching this shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be catching Predator Badlands. I thought this was a great time. Really wasn't expecting much out of this. Thought it was really fun. Uh, light, good sci-fi adventure flick. Yeah, no, I really enjoyed myself during this. What about you, Will? How'd you how'd you catch or toss Predator Badlands?
I'm also gonna catch Predator Badlands. This movie is a lot of fun. Do you remember how we were talking about, like, a few episodes ago about, like, a solid 3-star film? Like, there are just some 3-star bangers.
Yeah, 3-star heat.
3-star heat. This is 3-star heat. This is the definition of a 3-star heat. Killer cast, killer funny script, a fun premise, and it also ends either on a cliffhanger or you could say with a giant punchline. What I think is one of the best parts about this movie is the last line of this movie. I hope that Disney and Fox take away, like, allow your filmmakers to do something interesting and unique with your franchises, man. If this had been the first Predator movie that had been released from Disney and Fox after the merger, I think we all would be kind of concerned. However, the fact that we've gotten Prey, Predator Killer of Killers, and now Predator Badlands that are all made by the same director, and he decided to do something different with the franchise 3 times. It's so exciting. It's like, I wish that they would let people do this with Star Wars or even Alien.
What's another, like, property you would like to see somebody do give the Predator treatment? Don't say Tron. Don't you dare say Tron.
There's a little franchise from the '80s. Start out with an idea. I'm just kidding. Um, it's time to let go of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's do something fun with this again. Let's do something original with this again.
Oh,
What about you?
yeah. My gut reaction was I was like, "We are not getting enough movies about pirates."
True.
And there I think there are different ways to get into the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and actually, it doesn't have to be about the same group of pirates every time. Maybe that's why, we're kinda running out of steam. You kind of ended that already. And maybe it's just because I wanna see a good pirate movie again. Like, I wanna experience that in a movie theater. Wanna experience that in IMAX. What if it was a Robert Eggers Pirates of the Caribbean, just new story?
Yeah, I mean, I think you hit it on the nail. I had hit the nail on the head with pirates that you don't need to be following the same group of pirates.
Yeah, there's a lot of those guys out there.
Like Tugger, been great talking about Predator Badlands with you.
Oh,
It'd
it's
be
been
bad.
bad.
It's been Badlands.
It's been bad lands. Anyway,
We're gonna be back next week with a brand new episode with our brand new format, talking about what film, Tucker?
we're gonna be talking about motherfucking Ella Enchanted.
Illa Enchanted. Our
So
very
get
first
ready.
review.
Get ready. Do your annual rewatch of Ella Enchanted now. We're gonna have my wife, Brooke, on to talk about her favorite movie.
It's gonna be great. We're gonna be diving into the making of Ella Enchanted. We're gonna be diving into why it's culturally relevant today. Does Anne Hathaway look the exact same? What is the
Spoiler alert,
and
she does.
she does. What is the lasting impact of this soundtrack and the lasting impact of Ella Enchanted as it is today? So
Yeah.
you gotta stay subscribed, Reel It In podcast on every podcast platform. We're also going to be on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram at Reel It In Pod. So give us a like, follow there. Come find us and come play with Ella Enchanted next week.
Oh, you not even ready.
No, I'm not ready.